Yeah, so like I was saying, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that have been liking, subscribing, watching my other previous videos, thank you for that. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. But yeah. So I know I'm late with this video. I was supposed to have dropped a video last week, but then I got accepted into this program and things like that. Blah blah blah. So I'm about to break this down for you right now, and I'm gonna explain the program that I'm in. I'm currently still in it, as you see in this video, but we're like halfway through. We're like the first portion of like a 3-part thing. So but yeah. So the program that I'm in is called the MCA program. So for those of you that don't know, right? Well, I'm pretty sure nobody's really gonna notice because it's new. But yeah, basically, so MCA, what that stands for is multi-capable airman, right? Or it's probably that way. But yeah, so it stands for multi-capable airman. So basically, the mission objective for this program is for Air Force personnel, such as security forces and maintenance, to learn other career fields and then basically use that. So like you use it in a general aspect. So like usually, right, say for when we go on deployments, so say like other units when they go on deployments, right, it's usually a big thing and they have like a bunch of people that they send out. So they have people from medical, communications, they have your security, blah blah blah, all your different people, right, that deploy to a certain location for like 6 months or so, and they're doing their regular jobs, services, food, all of that, right? And deployments like that will usually be about like 200 to 300 plus people, depending on your size of your base and things like that. And along with like other people from other bases and branches in the military. But yeah, so that would be that. For MCA deployment, it would be a group of like 20 to 30 airmen max, literally just Air Force. So basically, right, we would get deployed out to, say there is war breaking out, or like, say there's war breaking out in a country that's like right here, right, in like a certain town, and like we have like our jets flying in, dropping bombs, doing things like that. Basically, what we would do is we would deploy. I can't say where exactly, I can't give you all the exact details on that due to security reasons and all that. But yeah, we would deploy in a certain area that'll be close, I guess you can say. How close? Who knows? But it'll be close to, well, closer, you know what I mean? It'll be on that side of wherever that's going on. And basically what we do is we would deploy in a certain location for a certain amount of either weeks, days, months, with just that small group. And basically we would do things like refueling planes, like basically all of the stuff and the main essentials that like a larger deployment group would need. All of us that are being trained to do that stuff, we would be able to do it ourselves, basically. So like for me right now, so far I've learned shoot, move, and communicating tactics. I'm learning like, combat tactics that I've got trained by Special Forces captain. I've also done, I'm drawing a blank already. What have we done? Yeah, we've done, we've done combat tactics. We've done security measure tactics, things like that. Oh, excuse me. I'm currently learning combat medical. So once this is done, I'll be like certified for medical to do like, in combat situations. I'll be certified for that once I'm done. We've also done, CBRN, which is like chemical warfare. So we've done that. And then later on, so I'm still in program, we still got a whole bunch of other stuff that we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn land nav, SEER stuff. So, survival, evasion, resistance, escape. What else they said? Oh, I'm gonna learn how to refuel planes, things like that. So like basically I'm gonna be like a one-man army in a sense. And that's like the gist of what the MCA program is about, is to train to like, make people more capable and know more things. So yeah, so this is a brand new program that the Air Force has come up with. I've been selected to go. I've been one of the first few selected to go. And from what we were told, my base is actually the first ones to do this, like the first ones to actually start running people through the program. Of course, there's like gonna be changes and things along with it down the way because it's still brand new, so they're like working out all the kinks and things like that. But yeah, so like I'm one of the few selected to actually do that. So I've been doing that all week. So I haven't been able to do any videos, catch up on anything. I just go there, train all day. I come back and I just rack out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we just been doing all that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna give y'all a little breakdown of what I've done so far in this week. Not gonna make this too long, but yeah. So I'm just gonna give y'all a little breakdown, things like that. And we're just gonna go from there. I'm probably gonna throw in a few snippets and things like that, so like you can see or get like an idea of what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah. So we gonna do that. All right. So day one, right? First day was like an intro, basically explaining us MCA and all that stuff. On our first day, what I did, it might be different for other bases and things like that. Whenever the program swings around. But for what I did, we went over like security. So basically setting up like security and where we would set up like different locations. You know, like say if we go somewhere, how would we set up security for this area, things like that. We went over like just our military laws for combatives, I guess you would say. I mean, not for combatives, for combat. And then we also talked about, first day. We also talked about, right. Yeah, well, yeah, it was mainly just security, combat, and, searching and things. Well, that was just all security, basically. That was all just one general thing in security. So, yeah, that was the first day. Second day. What day am I on? Oh, yeah. Second day. Second day, right? Oh, my head looks shiny.
He needs some milk.
Second day. We did combat strategies and tactics. That's what we worked on. So, yeah. So, like, for that whole first day, second day, we did combat strategies and tactics. So, like, we were talking about it, discussing it, going over different, ways to approach and things like that. And then later on in the day, we actually did, like, a live, live training. So, like, you probably see, I'm going to throw in a snippet right here that you're going to see. That's how my day is going. The molly grass. Yeah, so we did like live training with BB guns. So like we had actual M4s, our actual weapon. But like, it wasn't real. It didn't shoot real bullets. It just shot BB gun pellets. So we actually used that for training. So it gave us like that realistic feel. And that was what we did that whole second day. And that was that. We did training with some people from my squadron. Well, the person in charge of the program is one person from my squadron that's in charge. And then there was also a PJ. So, yeah, so we did that. That was fun. And, yeah, I liked it so far. I had no problems with it. Day 3, the third day, right? Things that we did on the third day. We did CBurn. That was CBurn. So for those of you that know about it, that have like looked at other people's videos talking about like basic training, going through CBurn and basically and stuff like that. So CBurn is like chemical warfare. So like basically we did CBurn training in the hot sun, which was not fun. So we got in like full gear, full chem suit gear, like with the mask, gloves, big boots, everything. Full chem suit gear. Just practicing like taking it on and off at fast speeds, what to do if this happens, what to do in this situation, how to tell if this is that, blah, blah, blah. Everything that had to do with like, chemicals and if this went off or if that happened or if you needed to change this, So we did all of that. Do I have a video for it? No, I don't. If I do, I'll throw it in, but yeah, I don't got nothing for that. So that was pretty much it. That was day 3 for me. Yeah, so it turns out I did have a video, and this was pretty much it. You can see it right here. Day 4 today. So I'm actually on day 4 now. But yeah, I gotta make sure I got all my stuff because I'm about to head back now. We was on a lunch break. But yeah, so day 4 today, what we did was I'm actually doing, so that was what I was talking about in the beginning. We doing that medical combat training that I was talking about. So basically, if somebody was to go down and got injured during combat, like if we ran into, enemies, and somebody was to go down during combat, we would basically know what to do in order to heal that person up and, stitch them up enough for us to get them back to like medical care and things like that. But yeah, so we're actually still doing it. So we're doing like that, and we're basically going to get a certification, which is a 3-year certification, but they compacted it into like a full day class. So the good thing about this is like I'm gonna be certified having this certification, which is a certification that no other like career field actually can get or acquire. They can get it, but like it's not likely, you know what I mean? So like the only career fields really that have that is the SOs, so special operators, and the medical group. Other than that, nobody else can like really apply for it. They can't like just go take a class on it and things like that. So it's gonna be the SOs, the special operators, the medics, and now me and the other people that are in the program with me that are becoming multi-capable airmen. But yeah, so that's day 4. Those are the 4 days so far. Then tomorrow I'm also gonna be doing something. I can't remember what it was. I gotta look at the schedule, but I'll come back to you guys with day 5. Yeah, so as you can see right here, this is our TCCC, Tactical Combat Casualty Care. And it's basically telling us like everything we're going to learn in the class for that day. But yeah, it was pretty cool overall. Whew. Day 5, man. Day 5. So, that wasn't right, like. All right, day 5, MCA program. So, today we did, I'm not sure what you would call it. We did minor runway repair. Minor runway repair. That's what we did. So basically I was sort of like a little construction worker, you know what I'm saying? We was working on concrete and basically things like that. Yeah, so like we went to like a parking lot, one of our parking lots or whatever, and they had like, holes dug into the ground, like messing up the ground and stuff. And what we did was we basically mixed concrete and like laid it over. So like for runway repairs, basically, so like if a runway was messed up and like we had no CE guys, so like civil engineering guys there to repair it, we could do it ourselves. That was dope. So yeah, you're gonna see the little snippet, but yeah.
But if you be a contractor on a test base,
don't they get paid a lot of money though? Real shit.
Yeah, I know.
Bruh, it was so hot, man. I'm just glad I had that cap on. That was taking away most of the sun. Yeah, so that was that. And then we're on lunch break right now. And then when we go back later on, we're basically just gonna go over like all the planes that we have at my base and the planes that we most likely use for like deploying and stuff like that. We're gonna go over like certain like spots on the plane, like where not to walk, not to touch, not to mess with, what to mess with, things like that, how to refuel. And we're gonna learn like not learn how, but we're gonna learn where the port is, like your gas tank for the plane to refuel, but we're not actually gonna do that until like stage 2 of the program. But yeah, so for the most part, it's been just a hectic week, super busy, but I enjoyed it. It was fun for me because like, hey, I learned a bunch of different stuff. So one day today I was a construction worker. Other day I was a chemist, chem gear and all that. The day before I was combat medic. The other day, you know, like training tactics. Like it was just a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, so this is a brand new program. I can't really give out too much information on it and things like that, you know. But it's a brand new program that the Air Force is starting. I know they started at my base first. I'm not too sure if other bases are picking up on it yet. A few are, but for those of you that are coming in security forces, right? If you go to like your base, you can ask around, see if your base has it by the time you get to your base, because it's gonna be about half a year before you even, you know, get to your first base. And then you can definitely like look into it, ask your people about it, and things like that. It's a good program. So far, I only know that it's for security forces and some mechanics. For other career fields, not too much, not too really. But yeah, it's definitely like that. Now, it's not a separate like career field, like how in security forces you have K9, nukes, BDG, how you have like all those different ones. It's just like a program that's like open to security forces members. If you're on the BDG side, those guys aren't doing it because they already do like their own stuff, you know. So it's mainly like law enforcement side that's really picking up on it and doing it for the most part, and mechanics that work on the planes that we have. But yeah, so that's a new program. It was fun. I loved it. It was hot some days. You know, most of our days were not really long. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions on it and things like that, feel free to ask. I can fill you in on the details and things like that. Well, not too much, but I can give you like, you know, general ideas. But yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can DM me personally on my social media accounts here and here. And yeah, check out my other videos. I'm gonna be dropping more. I'm probably gonna do a part 2 of this for when we go through the second phase and things like that. But yeah, so that's a brand new program, Air Force starting MCA. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, keep in touch, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
God's plan. God's plan. I can't do this on my God's plan.